Hey y'all, it's Sierra and I am back with another video. I know it's been a while, it's been like a month, but making videos, it's not like a quick process, especially for YouTube. I recently started using TikTok and it is a lot easier to make a video on TikTok than it is for YouTube, but YouTube requires a little bit more. And I've been really busy. I did actually do a vendor show where I sold some of my candles. So I may or may not do a video about that. We'll see. Let me know if that's something y'all will be interested in. But this video is just my thoughts on the Wick company so far. It is a candle supply company, and I have purchased their satin and soy wax. So I've been using that. So I'm just going to tell y'all my thoughts on that. There are dogs outside that are barking, so I don't know if y'all can hear that. But it's nighttime. Everybody's home. Everybody's dogs are like talking to each other. They're just barking back and forth. Anyway, so I've been using their satin and soy. I think it's called the Deluxe satin and soy wax. I did order the apricot coconut wax or whatever it is, that wax that everybody's using right now. Also, there's construction going on even though it's nighttime. So that pause was just me pausing like, what is that noise? They are redoing the breezeways in my apartment right now. So many distractions. Anyways, coconut, apricot, some kind of wax that everybody's using right now, like it's a deluxe wax. I recently bought some because they had their Black Friday sale, so it made it the same price as the satin and soy wax. So I went ahead and took advantage of that and I purchased it, but it has not come in the mail yet. So I may do a review on the coconut apricot wax. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Anyway, so the satin and soy wax, and then I'll also tell y'all my opinions on some of the fragrance oils from the Wick company, as well as how I test them. So if you don't know, their fragrance oil samples are pretty tiny. They are 0.33 ounces, so you're not even getting a half ounce when you order a sample from the Wick Candle Company. So a lot of people have been saying how they can't test the actual fragrance oil in a full-size product because it's not enough. So it's one thing to get a scent sample and you actually like the way that the oil smells, but you also need to test that oil in the product that you plan on using it for so you can know how it performs in the product. So when you're not given a sample size that is large enough for you to make at least one product, there's all kind of distractions. I'm sorry. When you're not getting a sample size that is large enough for you to make at least one full-size product because you want to make the product to see how it performs, that's kind of frustrating because they don't offer 1 ounce and they don't offer 4 ounce and they don't offer 8 ounce sizes. So you can either get the 0.33 ounces, a 2 ounce, or like a 16 ounce is the next size up from the 2 ounce. So you don't want to invest a lot of money in a fragrance oil just because you like the smell. And then when you get the fragrance oil and put it in a product, it doesn't work. The scent throw doesn't work, or it smells differently. I've even had products smell different in wax melts than they have smelled in an actual candle. So you definitely want to be able to test the product or test the fragrance oil in the product that you plan on using it in to see if it's even going to work. Just because you like the way it smells, that doesn't mean you will like the way it performs in the actual product. So my way of getting around that was to use the sample at the lowest fragrance load. So the fragrance load is how much fragrance you put in the actual product. I believe the satin and soy wax can hold 12%, so it can hold up to 12% fragrance oil. But the lowest I think you can use is either 6% or 8%. I can't remember what they say on their website. But if you use it at 8% and 4 ounces of wax, because I think 8% of 4 is 0.32, I think. And so they give you 0.33 ounces. So what I did was I got an 8-ounce candle jar and I put 4 ounces of 1 scent in the bottom. So I took my little sample, since it's large enough to use it at 8% and 4 ounces. I put the sample in 4 ounces of wax, put that in the candle jar. So it filled up half of the candle jar. And then when that solidified, I made another 4 ounces of wax, and then I put a different scent in that, and then I put that on top. So it's one candle that has 2 scents. One half is 1 scent and the bottom half is another scent. So that way I had it in an actual jar and I was able to actually burn it. So if you want to test the Wood and Wick fragrances before you use them, you can try doing it that way. You can just make an 8-ounce candle and have the bottom half be 1 scent and the top half be another scent. So that way you can see, for one, how it performs at 8%, because I'm not the type of person that uses 8%. I'm like, I want to get hit in the face with the scent when I walk in the door. So I usually use the highest percentage. I know people say that a good fragrance oil, you shouldn't have to use the highest percentage. You should be able to use 8%. I don't really want to hear all that. I have allergies, sinuses, so I feel like for me, I need it to be extremely strong. So anyway, it gives you a chance to test the oil at a low fragrance load to see if it works, because if it works at a lower fragrance load, you don't have to use as much and you're not spending as much to make a candle. Therefore, you don't have to charge people, you know, a high amount for your candles. So if you're looking to make a cheaper product so you can charge cheaper rates, lowering the amount of fragrance oil that you use could be a way for you to do that. So I was actually surprised at how well the fragrances did at only 8%. So I will say that their fragrances do give a good fragrance throw even at a lower fragrance load. I did wait. I usually I break all the rules of candle testing. So I usually do not wait for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I will make a candle and I will light it the same day, or I will light it the next day. And if I can't smell it, I don't really try to use that fragrance oil. If it's one that I really like, if I can't smell it by the next day, I'll let the candle sit for a while and then I will test it again, because I just really like that fragrance and I feel like I really need to use that fragrance. But I like strong fragrance oils. I'm busy. I'm a mom. I have a day job. I have other products that I make besides candles. So I don't have the time to be waiting weeks to test a candle. My strategy is to use fragrance oils that are very strong. So if I can't smell it within a few days, it doesn't make the cut. Next, moving on. There's too many oils out here that are pretty strong. But because I was only using 8%, which is lower than what I normally use, I did wait a few weeks before I used these candles, just so I could give it a fair chance, because it is less oil than what I usually use. And again, I will say I was impressed at the fragrance throw. I did find that they smell better when you use an actual Wood and Wick. Now, I did not use wooden wicks from the Wooden Wick company. I actually used some that I already had. I had bought them on Amazon a couple years ago and I just never used them. And I could smell the scent a lot better than when I was using, I think I was trying to use a CDN. No, I was using a Premier 55 wick. And then in a different jar that I was using a CDN4. And these were just like 8-ounce jars. So they weren't large jars. But I found that those wicks were too small. The flame was not large enough. So I decided to just try those wooden wicks that I had. I don't even know like what size they are. I don't know any of that. I was just like, let me use these. And I could smell them a lot stronger. So I will say that they do work at the lower percentage, but you will have to either mix the scents together. Like when I first made a candle with their oils, I had all of their chocolate scents and I just mixed them all together so I could have enough to test the scent. Now, the problem with that is if you don't plan on mixing them all together every single time you make a candle, it's kind of pointless to test the oils that way because you want to test the combination of oils that you plan on actually using. So I usually only try to mix like 2 or 3 oils if I mix them at all, because there's a lot of oils out there that don't need to be mixed. They're already pretty complex oils. Hopefully I'm not rambling because I feel like I am. Okay, so I'm going to try to read my notes. I wear glasses, but the light glares with the glasses, so I don't wear them in videos. And I wrote this in orange ink. So hopefully I can see it. So what do I like about the fragrance oil? What do I like about the Deluxe Satin Soy Wax? I like the fact that the tops are smooth. So if you have used CB Advanced or CB Wax, the way that the tops always come out really smooth is kind of similar to that. Only this is better because there's no sweating. With the CB, I think I'm saying it right. With the CB Advanced Wax, I use that for my intention candles and I love the way that it looks and I like the scent throw, but it does tend to sweat, which is very annoying. I have not noticed any sweating with the Deluxe Satin and Silk Wax. Deluxe Satin and Silk or Deluxe Satin and Soy. I don't know. It's called one of those. But it is a wax that is mostly soy. And I think it has a small amount of paraffin in it. So it is not 100% soy. It is mostly soy. So I like that it has smooth tops. I like the glass adhesion. I did use this also in the Flawless jar from 1617. That's like a round glass jar. Kind of looks like a wide wine glass a little bit. And the glass adhesion was really good. I didn't see a lot of separation. They also say on their website that it has UV inhibitor, which is supposed to help the wax retain color if you do use dyes with your wax, which I don't dye all of my candles. I rarely dye my candles. The ones that I dye are the intention candles, which are used for spiritual purposes, and I use a different type of wax. Like I use the CB wax for that. So I haven't really had a chance to test whether or not the color fades in this wax or not. I already said it takes up to 12% fragrance load, and even though it has a little bit of paraffin, it is pretty soft, so it's easy for me to cut because it does come in a slab. I am used to using waxes that are in a flake or a is it called a pastille? The little circles. Y'all know what I'm talking about, okay? I'm used to using that kind of wax. I'm not used to having to cut a slab. The only time I've used a slab before I got this wax was a very, very hard paraffin wax that they don't even sell anymore. And I don't remember the name. And my dad literally had to use like his tools, like, to cut it. So I don't want to have to deal with something that I have to rely on my dad to cut, because then I'll never be making candles. He takes forever to do everything. So I was glad that even though this came in a slab form, it was soft enough for me to cut with a knife. It's actually kind of greasy. If you've ever made body butter where you mix like cocoa butter, mango butter, or shea butter with a carrier oil and then whatever fragrance oil or essential oil you choose, you know that once it solidifies, it's kind of like a balm, basically. So this wax is kind of like a hard balm. It's kind of greasy. Like if you can take some and like it'll start to melt in your hand if you do this. And it's a little bit, it's sticky. It's kind of sticky, I'm not gonna lie. But I like the way they package it. It comes in a box, and then the box has like wax paper. So it's easy to open and close, and it's easy to cut. I ordered 4630 from another company, and it is also a slab. It did not come in a box. I was expecting it to come in the box because the Wooden Wick puts their slab in boxes, and it just came wrapped in plastic. It's kind of hard to open it because it's wrapped so tightly. It's like shrink wrapped, and then it's hard to keep it. There's basically nothing to enclose it in. Let me see if I can actually go. No, I'm not gonna go get a slab. Never mind. I was gonna go get a slab for y'all, but I'll put a picture. So I was originally using a knife to cut it, but then I ordered this giant spatula, and I misunderstood the measurements. I was trying to get a really long spatula, but I got a long spatula that was so this is what I got when I was trying to find a long spatula, because I had this big candle or this big wax melter and my arms are kind of short, so I needed a spatula that was long enough to stir it. So I didn't realize that I was getting this. This is like a boat paddle or a shovel or something like that. Anyways, it comes in handy with cutting slabs of wax because I'm a small person. So, you know, it takes a lot of strength sometimes for me to do things. So I'm able to put the box of wax on the floor, and then I just cut it into squares with this spatula. You see the wax? The wax is sticky, so, you know, it does get on here. Can y'all see how that melts? It's kind of like a butter consistency because it is soy. Okay. Let me try to put this somewhere where it doesn't damage anything. Whoa. Okay. All right, so back to what I was talking about. So that's how I cut through it. It's pretty easy to cut through though. I was able to just put it on a table and use a knife before I had that spatula thing. The spatula thing just makes it faster because it's wider, so I can literally just cut it like that, and I can use the spatula to pick it up. Okay. Let's see, what else? What other notes do I have here? Okay, so this is some information about my experience with ordering from the Wooden Wick company. So I have ordered from them maybe like 5 or 6 times at this point. Now, the first time I ordered from them, I was going to do a fragrance oil review because it was like around the same time that I did the other review. I had also ordered from the Wooden Wick company But when I got my order, there were several of the bottles that had leaked. So because it was more than one, the scents kind of mixed together, and they got all over all of the bottles. And it was hard to smell what the actual fragrance oil smelled like, because basically the scents of all the oils that leaked overpowered the actual fragrance oil in the bottle. So I know they don't like for you to, or they don't recommend sniffing straight from the bottle, but that's how most people are doing their fragrance oil reviews, because it's faster. We don't have time to be, now I have these fragrance blot strips, but who has time for that? I just want to tell y'all what my first impressions are, and then we can come back and do an updated video after I use them or whatever. But these have the Euro droppers. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like the droppers that are in the essential oil bottles. So that makes it kind of hard to smell, especially when the bottle is covered in fragrance oil, a mixture of other fragrance oils. So you literally do have to take out the Euro dropper in order to smell the oil when that happens. And that it's a hassle to do when you're trying to make a video. So I never made a video about them, even though I like the scents. So because I did like the scents, I ended up ordering more from them. I had ordered from them like 3 times at this point in the story. So the third time I ordered from them, I think the second time I only got wax, and the third time is technically the second time that I ordered fragrance oils. It happened again. All of the oils leaked, and it was even more than the first time because I didn't order the same amount. I ordered more oils the second time. It was like over $100 worth of stuff that I had got. And these are all just samples. Over $100 of stuff for just this size right here. It was like a large blot of oil in the box. So I did contact them. Let's back up a little bit. When I placed that order, because of what happened the first time, I put in the note section of the order, my oils leaked the last time. Please make sure that y'all pack these carefully or whatever so it doesn't happen again. Because I don't know if it's the Euro droppers. I don't know if it's the bottle. I don't know if it's the top. I feel like these bottles are the problem, because I've had oils from other companies leak, but not as many as these that actually leaked like each time. So it could be the bottles. I'm not sure. Anyway, so I had put that note in there so, you know, they would know. My stuff leaked the last time, even though I didn't say anything about it. I'm letting y'all know now. So anyways, it happened again. I reached out to them and I let them know, hey, several of the oils leaked, and is there anything that y'all can do about that? And I had to tell them, because they wanted to know which oils leaked, and I was just like, I don't know which individual oils leaked because so many of them leaked. The oils mixed together, and it's just one new scent that was created from all the oils. So I can't even say, oh, I can't tell which one leaks, but it smells like lavender, so it must have been the lavender one. I couldn't do that because several had leaked, so I couldn't tell by the smell. And it leaked so much that the actual paper was starting to come off of some of the jars because they were covered in oil. I don't know whose fault it is. I don't know if it's their fault. I don't know if it's their packaging. I don't know if it's shipping. I don't know if this just happens. I know fragrance oils leak because I've had them leak from other companies. But what I explained to them is, usually I'm getting this much oil. So if I get this much oil from another company and it leaks a little bit, that's not that big of a deal if it's pretty much still filled up. I'm getting this size oil from y'all. So if something leaks out of this, it's different than something leaking out of this, because I already don't have enough. I barely have enough to make a sample product. So I need all of my oil. Y'all should maybe consider giving bigger sizes. I don't know. I am happy to report they handled it very well. I think I reached out to them on a weekend and somebody got back to me the next day, and the next day was still a weekend, I believe. So they got back to me very fast, and I did tell them that I took a picture, and I also have it on video. I don't know if I'm going to show the video, but at that time I was recording myself unboxing it because I was going to do a fragrance oil review for them. So I did tell them I have a video and I have a picture. I can send y'all the picture. If you want me to send the video, I can. And I was just like, you know what, at this point, you don't even have to worry about refunding me, because I can't tell you which ones I need a refund for because I don't know which ones leaked. But just, you know, please keep this in mind or whatever, that your oils are leaking, because I have seen other people doing videos saying they're leaking as well. So to my surprise, they actually refunded me my whole order, and it was like over $100. So I will say that they did handle it very well. Their customer service was good, and they got back to me fairly quickly, and they didn't necessarily have to refund me for every oil, because not every single oil was leaking. It was a lot of them that leaked, but it wasn't every single one. So because I sent them the picture and showed them how large the oil stain was that was in the packing paper, I think they just went ahead and refunded the whole thing. So I will say they did a good job with their customer service, and I have ordered from them since then, but I don't have the order yet, so we'll see how that goes. I've ordered some larger oils from them, and they don't come in this bottle. They come in a different type bottle. None of those have ever leaked. So that's why I feel like it's something with this bottle. I don't know. The top, I don't know. Also, I do not like these Euro droppers. I just would rather them not put this Euro dropper in here at all and just put the top on. Now, I order from another company called Wellington Fragrances. I don't know if y'all can see it, but they have a similar type bottle, and they don't use a Euro dropper. You see, there is no Euro dropper in there. So they don't leak. Maybe they feel like if they don't put that in there, it'll leak. Theirs don't leak. Wellington's don't leak. So I don't know. Maybe they can try that. Just to make it easier to smell the scents and out of the bottle, and to sample the scents and to use them, because I actually found a way to use these samples. But I have to use scissors because I don't have one of those things to remove it. There is an actual tool that you can buy to remove these, and I have a lot of essential oil, so you would think I would have one, but I don't. But I have found that if I put scissors on the Euro dropper and just kind of pull it up like that, it'll come out. But I don't want to have to do that every time I want to use one of these oils. So, not that y'all care, Wood and Wick Company, because who am I, right? But I think it would be good if you consider removing the Euro droppers. Anyways, I do like their scents. Their scents do smell like high-end fragrances to me. They smell like grown-up fragrances. They smell sophisticated. They smell like fragrances that belong in a luxury candle line. They smell like perfume or cologne that you would find at a luxury store or a high-end store. So I will say I do like their scents. I like the combinations. The names of the scents will draw you in. So I haven't really had, there's some that I don't like because of course we're not going to like every single scent, but I do like their scent so far. So I can try to see, just smell a few of them for y'all out of the box or out of the bottle. I have these blotter strips, which I got these from Candle Science. Y'all, my camera's not focusing. I don't got time for this today. So if I can't smell it because a lot of these have spilled oil on them, then I'll try to use these. Now this this is one that I don't like, and most of them I like. The Ambrette Liqueur and Brulee Glaze. Wait, no, I might like this one. No, okay, I don't really like this one. There's something in there I don't like. I can't put my finger on it though. All I can tell y'all is I don't like it. It kind of has like a tinge of butterscotch scent to me. So it kind of smells a little like butterscotch, but some kind of citrus too, like maybe peach or something. I don't know. I probably should have my MacBook in here so I can read the fragrance notes. Be right back.